This is Josie Peterson. In just a few months, she'll be leaving the walls of Olathe Northwest High School and will be transitioning into the real world. Before she says her final goodbyes, we decide to ask her some questions about the structure of high school and how she has been instructed to learn for the past 4 years.
I think that there are a lot of aspects that are hard for students to adapt to in high school, mostly because teachers all have different philosophies of how they teach, and they expect different things inside and outside of the classroom. So when we attempt to just get the bare minimum done so that we're getting enough sleep to be prepared to learn in class, some teachers are just giving us those assignments that need to be done outside of class, and we're not really experiencing the excitement of learning anymore. Teachers don't give us assignments that are synthesizing what we learn in one class to another class and making everything relatable to the real world. Then it just becomes busy work instead of something that we end up being passionate about in our college and later education in life. I think that all teachers need to kind of have a common, a group census over what the goal of teaching is, if it's to just get that busy work or if it is to make kids passionate about what they're learning, and make sure that they're teaching in the same way so that kids can then all have the same mindset about what they can what can be expected of them in the classroom and when they're at home, and what they hope to get out of their education in each class too.
Josie perfectly stated what needs to happen to improve our education system. High schools today aren't presenting the essential abilities students need to become successful once they graduate. A different approach of learning, such as combining separate subjects to allow students to apply these aspects to the real world, and synthesizing to see a bigger picture, are needed in order for these high school students to fully understand what the real world holds, which is also known as symphony. Without symphony, students won't learn the necessary components such as synthesizing and seeing patterns, and they won't be successful in the real world. For instance, in the book A Whole New Mind, a remarkable study found that self-made millionaires are 4 times more likely than the rest of the population to be dyslexic. They mostly deal with the right side of the brain, which allows them to have and use symphonic abilities. Also, in A Whole New Mind, Daniel Pink also states, dyslexics think differently. They're intuitive and excel at problem solving, seeing the big picture, and simplifying. They are poor rote reciters, but inspired visionaries. Symphony is what allows students to be successful in the real world, and those who don't, won't be successful. The solution for students to learn symphonic skills and for students to be better prepared for after college in the conceptual age is to have high schools incorporate at least 1 day a week where 2 different subjects are combined to allow students to grasp symphonic learning in the real world. For example, in the documentary, Most Likely to Succeed, a school called High Tech High combined physics and history together to make one big project to present at the end of the year. Our solution would have that one day be a block day, and the students would work on a project for about 4 hours. According to the documentary, a teacher from High Tech High said that if students could build something they care about, then they are more likely to retain that information better than just taking a test. This schedule will allow students to be prepared for both test taking in their regular scheduled classes, then a day of symphonic learning to prepare them for furthermore in the future.